Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be unpacking SpimeSenseLabs.
Ooh, exciting.
They're a company that's bringing the Internet of Things to life.
Yeah.
We've got their company profile right here, and it really does read like a playbook for how to make IoT actually work.
Right.
For businesses, for cities, you name it.
I know. I was looking over it earlier, and I was so impressed by how they're not just techies.
Yeah.
They're problem solvers. They're
Right.
educators,
Right.
and they've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, over 10 years, specifically in IoT. And get this,
What?
25 in the telecom industry.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a really long time. Yeah, it's fascinating how they've managed to stay ahead of the curve for so long.
Yeah.
You know, they were founded back in 2013.
Wow.
And they were already betting big on IoT when a lot of people were still trying to figure out what it even meant.
Right.
And I love that they have this really interesting mix of seasoned pros.
Yeah.
And they call it young, energetic innovators working out of their offices in Nazar City and Smart Village in Egypt.
Yeah, and they don't just talk the talk, they really do deliver.
Oh, yeah.
But let's kind of back up for a second.
Okay.
Imagine like a city
Okay.
struggling with all this outdated infrastructure, street lights, burning energy all night long,
Oh, yeah.
traffic jams,
Yeah.
overflowing trash bins.
That's familiar.
I think we've all been there, right?
Definitely.
And that's where SpimeSenseLabs steps in.
That's right.
They offer this whole suite of products and services designed to make cities smarter, businesses more efficient,
Right.
and products better. They even do consulting and training
I know. That's really cool.
at all different levels,
Yeah.
from CEOs to developers on the ground.
It's pretty impressive.
Okay, so we kind of get the basics, but what is their secret sauce?
Right.
What makes them different from all the other IoT companies out there?
Well, it all starts with their core product,
Okay,
Master Off Things.
master off things.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Okay.
think of it like the operating system for your smartphone,
Yeah.
but for a whole city,
Whoa,
it's this platform, or AEP as they call it,
ADP.
Application Enablement Platform,
Okay.
that lets them build all these custom IoT solutions that can actually talk to each other seamlessly.
So instead of having a bunch of separate apps
Yeah.
that don't talk to each other,
Right.
it's like having one brain controlling everything
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
to make things work the way they should.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's powerful enough for telecom companies,
Wow.
big cities, or anyone who needs to manage a whole bunch of different IoT solutions all at once.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get this, all of SpimeSenseLabs products are actually built on top of Master Off Things.
So it's really the foundation of everything they do.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
They even have podcasts and news articles dedicated to it.
Podcasts about an IoT platform?
I know, it's pretty cool, right?
Okay, I'm adding that to my listening list, ASAP.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
But we are getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Let's talk about what they actually do with this master off things magic.
Okay, so their bread and butter is what they call
Okay.
complete smart city solutions.
Okay.
Remember that city we were talking about?
Yeah, the one with the wasteful streetlights and the traffic.
Exactly.
SpimeSenseLabs has got solutions for all of that.
They do.
Okay, but give me an example.
Okay.
Something that would make my life easier as a citizen.
Okay, so imagine this. You're headed to a concert
Okay.
in a park at night.
Mm-hmm.
The streets are well lit
Okay.
because the smart lighting system knows there's an event happening.
So they're not just on all the time.
Exactly.
Right.
Then as the concert ends, people are heading home.
Mm-hmm.
The lights gradually dim in areas where they're not needed anymore,
Oh, that's cool.
saving energy
Saves money.
and money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
And that's all running on master off things.
It is, yeah. It's all connected.
So it allows the city to manage the lighting, the traffic flow, parking availability,
You got it.
even waste management,
That's right.
all from this one central platform.
Yeah. And the beauty is they can add new solutions as they go.
So the city just keeps getting smarter over time.
Exactly. It's constantly evolving.
Like waste management, too.
Yeah.
Tell me they've figured out a way to make my trash disappear.
Well, maybe not disappear completely,
Okay.
but they have solutions that make waste management way more efficient.
Okay, so how does that work?
So think sensors in the trash bins that alert the crews when they're full.
Okay.
So they're not wasting time driving around emptying half-full bins.
That's actually a really big deal.
It is.
I mean, how many times have you seen those garbage trucks
Yeah, there's so many times.
driving around seemingly at random?
Yeah.
It's like, what are they doing?
It's not very efficient.
Yeah.
And, it's not just about efficiency.
Right.
It's also about sustainability
Yeah.
by optimizing the routes and, reducing fuel consumption. Mm-hmm.
They're helping to create a cleaner, greener city.
I did see that they have a YouTube video showing off all these smart city solutions.
I think we should definitely link that in the show notes.
We'll definitely link that in the show notes.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. Yeah. And what really stands out to me is how practical their approach is.
Okay.
They're not using fancy experimental tech.
Mm-hmm.
They're working with readily available third-party devices.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To build solutions that can be implemented today.
You know, what's the point of having all this fancy tech?
Exactly.
If it's going to take 10 years to roll out.
Right.
Speaking of cutting edge.
Okay.
They also mentioned something called Innovative Smart University Campus Solutions.
Oh, yeah. What is that all about?
What is that all about?
It seems like they're keeping this one a little closer to the vest.
Okay.
Instead of giving all the details in the profile,
right,
they talk about showcasing these solutions through presentations and demos.
So they're kind of teasing us a little bit. Yeah, like they're making us want to learn more.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Right.
What could they be working on that's so special?
I know.
They don't want to just, give it away in their profile.
That's a good question.
Self-driving robots delivering pizza to dorm rooms?
Yeah.
Holographic professors teaching classes?
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Fun to think about.
I am officially hooked.
I am too.
But let's move on to something they do explain.
Okay.
A little bit more clearly.
Okay.
Custom IoT applications.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where they basically build whatever the client needs.
Exactly.
Even if it's something totally unique.
Yeah, they really levered all their experience, that Master Off Things platform.
Right.
And their team of experts to create these bespoke solutions that address very specific challenges.
Okay. So if a company comes to them with a problem that literally nobody else has solved, they can whip up an IoT solution for them.
They can.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. It speaks to their versatility
Mm-hmm.
and their really deep understanding of the technology.
Okay, now this next one is super fascinating to me.
What's that?
IoT Education and Innovation Labs.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's like they're not just building solutions.
Right.
They're training the next generation of IoT experts.
That's right.
Yeah, they've got 3 levels of labs.
Oh, wow.
Mobile Expert.
Okay.
And what they call Expert Plus.
Expert Plus.
Which even features self-driving cars.
Whoa, self-driving cars in an educational lab. That's crazy.
I know.
Tell me more about how that works.
Well, each level is designed to provide a different depth of hands-on experience.
Okay.
They have live IoT use cases, real commercial devices, and innovation kits from a ton of different vendors.
Cool.
It's all about giving people the tools and the knowledge they need to build the future of IoT.
So it's not just theory, it's actually getting hands-on.
It's getting your hands dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not just doing this in their own labs.
Oh,
they partnered with the Egypt MCIT to equip 11 labs across the country. Why? By 2024.
That's amazing.
Which is going to train thousands of students.
Wow. Talk about impact.
Talk about impact.
Yeah.
And they have a dedicated Egypt IoT lab that offers weekly training programs.
I saw that they have a LinkedIn article.
Oh, yeah.
With a virtual tour of one of their customer labs.
We should link that, too.
Yes, definitely.
And don't forget the free online courses.
Oh, right.
They offer through the Maharatech portal.
It's amazing that they're making all these resources available.
They're making sure that anybody who wants to learn about IoT can.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to their success stories, which are pretty impressive,
I'm ready.
Let's talk about who they work with.
Okay.
Who are these partners and customers?
Well, their approach is super collaborative.
Okay.
They've got local partners in Egypt, South Africa, KSA.
Okay.
As well as global giants like Orange.
Wow.
SIGFOX, Huawei, and Intel.
Partnering with those big names.
All right.
Must be challenging.
Yeah. What kind of hurdles do you think they had to overcome?
Yeah. How did they even get those collaborations going?
Well, it really speaks to the value that they bring to the table. Their global partners actually bring them business leads.
Really?
Yeah, because SpimeSenseLabs offers something that's truly unique.
So it's not just SpimeSenseLabs going out and finding clients.
Right.
These big companies are actually recommending them.
They are, yeah.
That says a lot.
It really does.
And their clients are pretty impressive too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've got companies who want to build in-house applications. You've got system integrators who need to, connect everything.
Right.
And then you've got solution providers who want to offer the best IoT tech to their clients.
Exactly.
And they're all using SpimeSenseLabs solutions to enhance their operations and ultimately increase their revenue.
It's a win-win.
These are the early adopters.
Yeah.
The ones who are already seeing the potential of IoT.
They're ahead of the curve.
Okay. I think we've laid the groundwork.
Right.
Now, let's get into some real-world examples.
Okay, let's do it.
They've got a whole list of success stories in their company profile.
Yeah.
But let's focus on a couple that really highlight what they can do.
Sounds good.
Let's start with the one that jumps out at me.
Okay.
The Smart Central Transportation Station in Egypt.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Talk about a complex environment with a ton of moving parts.
Right, so many things going on.
How did they even begin to tackle that?
Well, it's a fantastic example of how they take on complex, real-world challenges.
Okay.
And they implemented 10 different IoT use cases to enhance both station management and the passenger experience.
Okay, break it down for me.
All right, so for starters, they have systems to manage the station's smart lighting.
Okay, so like we talked about before, they can adjust the lighting based on time of day, number of people, special events.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And then you've got the bus entrance and access gates, all managed by IoT.
So no more fumbling for tickets.
Nope.
No more waiting in long lines.
It's much smoother.
That's a win for commuters, for sure.
Most certainly.
Okay. What else?
And then you have the destination schedules and guidance screens, all powered by real-time data.
Okay.
So passengers always know what's going on.
I like that.
And they even have automatic toll collection upon exit, which speeds things up and reduces congestion.
It's like they thought of everything.
They really did.
And this is all running on master off things.
It is. It's amazing.
It's like one platform orchestrating this whole symphony of interconnected solutions.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is.
And they've got YouTube videos showing the whole thing in action.
Really?
Yeah, we should check those out.
Okay, add it to the list.
All right.
But this does raise an interesting question.
Okay.
You know, some critics argue that these smart city solutions, they often prioritize technology over people's needs.
Right.
So how does SpimeSenseLabs address that concern?
Well, in this case, you can see that each use case directly improves the passenger experience. They're making the station more efficient, more convenient, and more accessible.
So it's not just about making things smart to be smart.
Right.
It's about using technology to solve real problems.
Exactly.
And improve people's lives.
That's the goal.
Okay, what other success story really showcases their capabilities?
Well, their horizontal IoT platform for Orange Egypt is a great example.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more.
So Orange Egypt uses master off things to offer a whole range of IoT solutions to their corporate customers. This includes things like smart street lighting management, smart parking, digital signage, gardening and irrigation management, and even smart waste management.
So it's like master off things is enabling Orange Egypt to become an IoT provider themselves.
Exactly. They're not just selling solutions, they're enabling other companies to innovate and offer these cutting-edge services to their own clients.
That's impressive.
It is.
And again, it highlights how flexible and adaptable master off things is.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
It's a platform that can be customized to meet the needs of different industries and applications.
And the vendor independence.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Is huge.
Huge selling point.
So Orange Egypt can integrate devices and systems from all these different vendors.
Yeah, which gives them a lot of flexibility and control.
Yeah, nobody wants to be locked in to a single vendor, especially in the world of IoT.
It's constantly changing.
It's changing so fast.
Yeah.
And they've got a YouTube video showing off all these smart city solutions.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
So we'll include that in the show notes as well.
Definitely.
Perfect. Okay, one more success story before we move on.
All right.
Their work on IoT educational labs for MCIT is just amazing.
Yeah, equipping 11 labs across the country and training thousands of students, that's huge.
That's huge. Yeah. The scope of this project is incredible.
It really is.
They're not just providing equipment and training.
Right.
They're developing step-by-step online courses.
Wow.
On IoT application development.
Okay.
Using master off things as the core platform.
So they're not just teaching students about IoT. They're giving them the hands-on experience of building real-world applications using the same platform that powers all their commercial solutions.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
And these online courses are available to anybody through the Mahara Tech portal.
That's so cool.
So even if you're not in Egypt, you can still benefit from their expertise.
It's really amazing.
All right. We've covered 3 in-depth success stories.
We have.
But we are just scratching the surface here.
I know. There's so much more.
They have a whole portfolio of other projects that demonstrate just how broad their capabilities really are.
Okay.
So let's touch on a few of them. just to give our listeners a taste.
Okay, where should we start?
Well, they've got this pretty innovative solution for centralized remote fire monitoring.
Okay.
That upgrades classical fire alarms in multiple buildings.
Oh, wow.
Providing real-time monitoring and alerts.
This sounds like a major safety upgrade.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And then they have a solution for real-time asset and personnel tracking. So you can imagine like keeping tabs on all your valuable assets.
Yeah.
Across multiple locations.
Well, it's peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
And they've done some really cool work.
What else?
With smart lighting solutions.
Okay.
For entertainment parks.
All right.
Like they did a project for ZED Park in Egypt.
Okay.
Enabling dynamic lighting control.
Cool.
Based on park utilization at events.
I like that.
And their work on smart waste management for a business park.
Okay.
Is really interesting too.
How does that work?
They've got sensors in the bins.
Okay.
That provide real-time monitoring of waste levels.
So the crews know exactly when to go.
Exactly. And then there's their involvement in water desalination operation management.
Wow, that's a big one.
It's a big one. They developed a system to monitor thousands of sensors.
Thousands.
Across 48 desalination sites.
That's a huge undertaking.
That's a lot of data.
It is.
It's clear that they're not afraid to tackle these big, complex challenges.
Yeah, and they're not just sticking to one industry or sector.
Right.
They're applying their expertise to a wide range of applications.
Their huge smart city trial project is another good example.
Tell me about it.
They developed and implemented solutions for city street lighting,
okay,
parking management, and waste management.
All running on top of Master of Things.
All running on top of Master of Things.
Person.
And they're even getting involved in R&D projects.
Oh, wow.
For IoT product development.
Cool.
They're collaborating with partners.
Okay.
To create these innovative products.
Like what?
Like smart irrigation control.
Okay.
For precision agriculture. Systems for tracking and monitoring livestock.
Wow, it's like they're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with IoT.
It seems like they're not just following trends, they're creating them.
Exactly.
And that's what makes them so exciting to follow.
Absolutely.
They're a company that's truly shaping the future of IoT.
I agree.
All right, before we move on to part 2 of our deep dive into SpimeSenseLabs.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break.
Sounds good.
All right, we're back and ready to dive into some of SpimeSenseLabs' most impressive achievements.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking industry recognition awards, the whole shebang.
They've got a trophy case worth bragging about.
Oh, for sure.
One that really caught my eye was their recognition from IDC for their smart irrigation water management system. WMS.
WMS.
That's right.
Yeah, that one really stood out to me too.
It's impressive.
Especially because they developed it as an advanced research project.
Yeah, it wasn't just about building a product to sell, you know.
Right.
They were really pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, they were tackling a real-world problem. Water scarcity in agriculture.
Huge issue.
And they went above and beyond to develop a cutting-edge solution.
They did, and it paid off.
It did.
IDC recognized them in a report specifically focused on smart agriculture in Africa.
That's a huge win.
It is.
Not just for SpimeSenseLabs, but for the whole region.
Absolutely.
It shows that innovative solutions can come from anywhere.
That's right.
Okay, so they're tackling water scarcity. They're building smart cities.
Yeah.
They're even training the next generation of IoT experts.
What else?
What else is on their resume of awesomeness?
Well, remember that core product we talked about?
Oh, yeah.
Master of Things?
Master of.
The brain behind all their solutions?
I mean, how could I forget?
I know, right?
It's like the superhero of IoT platforms.
It kind of is.
Well, Master of Things itself has been recognized by Sigfox as a certified partner platform.
Wow, Sigfox is a major player.
Huge.
In the IoT world.
They don't just hand out those certifications to anyone.
No, they don't.
It means that Master of Things meets their rigorous standards.
Right.
For
quality.
Interoperability, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. And it's not just a theoretical certification.
Right.
It's out there in the real world making the difference.
It is.
And their company profile mentions how Master of Things is already being used.
Where?
By Sigfox carriers in Japan, Italy, and South Africa.
Wow. So it's global.
It's global.
Real-world validation.
Real-world validation on a global scale.
That's amazing.
And that's not all. SpimeSenseLabs is actually the only Sigfox technology ambassador.
Wow.
For the Middle East.
That's a huge honor.
It really is. It speaks to their
expertise
and their position as thought leaders.
Yeah, they're not just following trends. They're setting them.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
What's that?
It seems like every time we turn around, SpimeSenseLabs is racking up another award or recognition.
It's true. They've got quite a track record. They've even received awards from ITESL NGO, the Egypt IoT Forum, and ITA.
Yeah, they're cleaning up on the award circuit.
They are.
And it's well-deserved.
It is.
They're not just building technology for technology's sake.
Right.
They're actually making a difference.
Their commitment to making a difference is really evident.
Yeah.
In their work with the Egypt IoT Lab.
Oh, absolutely.
We touched on this earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but it's worth highlighting again.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
They're equipping labs across the country.
Yeah.
Training thousands of students.
Mm-hmm.
And providing online courses on IoT application development.
It's incredible, the scope of this project.
Yeah, it really is a remarkable initiative.
It is.
They're not just building solutions.
Right.
They're building the future workforce.
Exactly.
That will drive innovation in the IoT space.
That's so important.
And they're doing it with a focus on hands-on experience.
So it's not just sitting in lectures, it's actually getting your hands dirty.
Building real-world applications.
Yeah.
Using the same platform.
That's right.
That powers SpimeSenseLabs commercial solutions.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's learning by doing.
Yeah.
Which is the best way to really understand this stuff.
You know, their commitment to education really speaks to their long-term vision.
What do you mean?
They're not just focused on short-term gains.
Right. Yeah.
They're investing in the future of the industry.
Yeah. And it's not just about the technology.
Right.
It's about the people.
The people who will use it.
To make a difference.
But like they're creating this ripple effect.
I like that.
They're not just building solutions.
Mm-hmm.
They're empowering others to build solutions.
Right.
They're not just innovating. They're inspiring others to innovate.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
I think that's a really powerful way to think about their impact.
I agree.
They're not just a company.
Mm-hmm.
They're a catalyst for change.
I love that.
Okay, we've talked a lot about their achievements, their awards, their impact.
We have.
But I'm curious to dig a little deeper into their vision for the future.
Right.
What do they see as the next frontier for IoT?
Well, their company profile talks about IoTifying various industry verticals.
IoTifying.
IoTifying, yeah. It's a catchy term.
It is catchy.
But it basically means that they see the potential for IoT to transform virtually every sector of the economy.
So we're talking about everything from agriculture and healthcare to manufacturing and transportation.
All of it.
Wow.
They believe that IoT has the power to make our cities smarter, our businesses more efficient, our lives more convenient, and our planet more sustainable.
And they're not just talking about it.
No.
They're actively developing the solution.
To make it happen.
They're walking the walk.
They are.
And they're doing it with a global perspective, collaborating with partners all over the world.
Speaking of partners, their network is pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive. They've got local partners in Egypt, South Africa, and KSA.
Wow.
As well as global giants like Orange, Sigfox, Huawei, and Intel.
It's a who's who of the tech world.
It really is. And what's interesting is that their global partners are actually driving business leads to them.
Really?
Because of their unique offerings.
So they're getting referrals?
Referrals from the big guys.
That's amazing.
It's a pretty strong endorsement.
It is.
It means that these big companies really see the value in what SpimeSenseLabs is doing.
Absolutely.
And they're willing to put their reputation on the line to recommend them.
It's all about trust.
It's all about trust.
Yeah.
And their customers are pretty impressive too.
They are. Yeah, they've worked with system integrators, solution providers, and companies who want to build their own in-house IoT applications.
So they're working with a really diverse range of clients.
They are.
All of whom are looking to leverage the power of IoT.
To achieve their goals.
It's clear that they're not just selling products, they're building relationships.
Exactly. And those relationships are based on a shared vision.
For the future of IoT.
For the future.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point.
What is it?
They're not just a company.
Right.
They're part of a community.
A community of innovators.
A community of innovators, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders.
Yeah.
All working together to build a better world through technology.
Now you're making me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
I know, right?
I love it.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little philosophical here.
Go for it.
But I think it's important to acknowledge the bigger picture.
Okay.
SpimeSenseLabs isn't just building gadgets.
Right.
They're building a future where technology is used to solve real-world problems.
And improve people's lives.
That's
what it's all about.
I couldn't agree more.
It's inspiring.
They're a company with a conscience.
Yeah.
And that's something to be admired.
Absolutely.
All right. Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
okay,
I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
What's that?
About master-off things being offered to customers who want to build their own in-house applications.
Yeah, they're not keeping it all to themselves.
They're not.
They're actually making their platform available
to other companies.
To others who want to innovate.
Wow.
And create their own IoT solutions.
That's a pretty bold move.
It is.
That means they're not just competing with other companies.
Right.
They're actually empowering them.
Exactly. They're creating an ecosystem where everyone can benefit.
From the power of IoT.
That's the future.
And that's a pretty exciting prospect.
It is.
It means that the potential for innovation is limitless.
It really is.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
I agree.
For this part of our deep dive.
Awesome.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into SpimeSenseLabs.
I feel like we've been on quite a journey.
Yeah, we've explored the ins and outs of this company.
From their smart city solutions to their impressive global partnerships.
Yeah, and their commitment to education.
It's really something else.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
You know, when we started this deep dive,
yeah,
I thought we'd be getting a pretty straightforward company overview.
Right.
But it's become so much more than that.
I agree.
SpimeSenseLabs is like a microcosm of the entire IoT movement.
I like that, a microcosm.
Yeah. Their story really touches on all the key themes.
It does, yeah, like technological innovation,
global collaboration,
the importance of education,
and the incredible potential
for IoT to address some of the world's biggest challenges.
What really struck me is their commitment to practicality. You know, in an industry that's often full of hype, buzzwords,
promises.
They're laser focused on delivering tangible results.
They're not just talking about a smarter future.
Right.
They're actually building it.
One project at a time.
One project at a time, yeah. And they're not afraid to get their hands dirty.
No, they're not.
Remember those 10 different IoT use cases at that transportation station in Egypt?
That was incredible.
That's not just theoretical. It's real-world problem solving.
They're taking all those futuristic ideas we've been hearing about for years and turning them into reality.
Yeah, and they're doing it with a global perspective.
Yes. Their partnerships span continents.
Their solutions are being used in all sorts of different settings.
And their educational initiatives
are reaching a global audience.
It's amazing.
It is.
It's a powerful reminder that innovation truly knows no boundaries.
I love that.
And their entrepreneurial spirit is contagious.
It is contagious, yeah.
They're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with IoT.
Yeah, exploring new applications, new markets.
New ways to make a difference.
It's like they're not just following trends.
They're setting them.
They're setting the trends, exactly.
And they're doing it all with a sense of purpose.
Yes.
They're not just building technology for the sake of building technology.
Yeah.
They're actually trying to make the world a better place.
We've talked about their work on smart agriculture, their efforts to create more efficient and sustainable cities, their dedication to empowering the next generation
of IoT innovators.
It's clear that they're not just driven by profit.
They're driven by a desire to make a positive impact.
I think that's really important.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into SpimeSenseLabs, I want to leave you with a final thought.
All right, I'm listening.
Think about all the challenges facing our world today.
Okay.
Climate change.
Yeah.
Resource scarcity.
Growing population.
The need for more efficient solutions.
More sustainable solutions.
Now imagine a world where technology is used to address those challenges head on.
I like where you're going with this.
That's the world that SpimeSenseLabs is working to create.
It is.
They're not just building gadgets. They're building a future where technology is used to empower people, improve lives.
And create a more sustainable and equitable world.
And that's a future I'm excited to be a part of.
Me too.
So to our listener, we encourage you to explore the links we've provided in the show notes.
Absolutely. Visit their website, check out their podcasts.
And delve deeper into the world of IoT.
Who knows? Maybe their story will inspire you to join the movement.
And become a part of this exciting technological revolution.
That's what we're hoping for.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into SpimeSenseLabs.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch you on the next episode of The Deep Dive.